Hey everyone, welcome back to StarWatch Now. Tonight, we are going to talk about one single word that has turned the entire internet upside down again. Not a scandal, not a breaking news announcement, just a soft, almost whispered word that many fans believe came from Wang Yibo's lips, gently directed at Xiao Zhan. Was it really honey? Did he really follow it with baby? And more importantly, why has this tiny, unplanned moment become powerful enough to bring back the entire emotional universe of 2019? Stay with me because this is not just a story about a clip. It is a story about memory, connection, and how two names, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, can still make millions of hearts beat in the same rhythm. It began with something so small that, in any other context, it might have been ignored. No grand announcement, no official teaser, just a quiet fragment of behind-the-scenes footage buried in a sea of old clips. Two actors sitting side by side, away from the spotlight, sharing a phone screen while the world outside prepared for the next scene. There are no dramatic gestures, no exaggerated reactions, only the easy stillness of two people who have grown used to being in each other's space. And yet, precisely because it is so ordinary, it becomes extraordinary. In the background hum of the set, fans catch what they believe is a soft, almost absent-minded honey. It does not feel like a performance. It feels like a habit. That tiny word, spoken in a moment not meant for public consumption, breaks free from the past and travels into the present. The clip is reposted, re-edited, reframed. It refuses to stay archived because it carries something people are not ready to let go of. The sense that, behind the roles and the headlines, there is a relationship that is quietly real. Once the clip resurfaced, it did not spread like gossip. It spread like an echo. Someone heard, honey. Someone else enhanced the audio. Another person slowed the video down frame by frame, tracing every subtle shift in expression, every movement of the lips, every tiny glance. Before long, the clip is no longer just a file. It is a shared investigation, a global conversation, a collective heartbeat. The magic lies in the ambiguity. The word is soft, almost swallowed by the surrounding noise, but that very uncertainty invites participation. People lean in, listen harder, argue gently, laugh together. Was it truly honey? Did he also say baby? Or is it just the mind filling in what the heart wishes to hear? The fandom does not respond with anger or division, but with excitement, creativity, and a kind of affectionate obsession. In a world that moves quickly from one topic to the next, a single, possibly whispered word manages to hold everyone in place for a moment longer than usual. It lights a spark that feels strangely comforting, a reminder that even the smallest details can still move millions. To understand why this moment strikes so deeply, we have to return emotionally to 2019. For many fans, that year is not simply a point on a calendar. It is a personal chapter. It is the year of staying up late to watch new episodes, of refreshing trending lists, of discovering fan edits that felt more like short films than simple videos. It is the year friendships were formed in comment sections and group chats, across languages and time zones, all held together by two names that appeared side by side again and again. When people hear what might be a gentle honey, they are not only reacting to a sound, they are reacting to the flood of memories it unlocks. Suddenly, they remember the first time they saw these two share a scene, the first interview that made them laugh, the first time they felt that indescribable chemistry on screen. Nostalgia is powerful because it does not simply replay the past. It softens it, colors it, and reminds us of who we were when we first felt that joy. The clip becomes a doorway. For a few minutes, viewers step back into a time when everything felt new, overwhelming, and wonderfully alive. Not everyone responds with the same intensity. Some viewers take a calmer, more grounded approach. They point out that affectionate nicknames are often used loosely in the entertainment industry. Colleagues, especially those who have spent long hours together on set, frequently develop their own language of teasing, warmth, and informal endearment. In that context, honey or baby might not be a confession, but simply a habit of speech. This perspective is important because it keeps the conversation respectful. It reminds us that the people in the clip are real individuals with private lives, not characters existing solely for public interpretation. At the same time, even those who insist on a rational reading cannot entirely deny the quiet tenderness of the moment. Familiarity itself is meaningful. Whether viewers choose to see it as friendship, professional trust, or something that belongs only to them, there is a shared acknowledgement that closeness is present. The beauty of this softer view is that it allows multiple truths to coexist. The emotional excitement of fans, the boundaries of reality, and the understanding that not every warm interaction must be defined. Sometimes, it is enough to simply recognize that there is genuine ease between two people and let that be. Instead of focusing solely on what was said, we can look at what our reaction reveals about us. Why are millions willing to replay the same 3 seconds over and over again? Perhaps it is because we are drawn to small, human gestures in a world that often feels loud and overwhelming. The clip offers a rare moment of quiet connection, and we instinctively hold on to it. This scene also highlights how modern audiences are no longer passive. Fans are editors, translators, and archivists of emotion. They add subtitles, compare versions, write long analyses, and build entire narratives around a brief exchange. In doing so, they transform a simple clip into a shared story. It becomes less about two celebrities and more about the community that gathers around them. The reaction shows a longing for authenticity, for relationships that seem to carry depth beneath the surface. It reflects a desire to believe that kindness and familiarity still exist behind the polished facades we see in public. Ultimately, this moment tells us that what we truly crave is not spectacle, but sincerity, and we will travel through pixels and noise to find even a trace of it. What makes this kind of moment remarkable is not only the emotional reaction online, but the way it can quietly influence life offline. Fans who feel moved by the warmth between two people often begin to reflect on their own relationships. On the friend who stayed up with them during a difficult time, on the sibling who knows their moods without asking, on the colleague who always checks if they have eaten. The simple tenderness in the clip becomes a mirror, reminding viewers of the gentle bonds in their own lives. Some fan communities even choose to channel their emotions into action. Inspired by the sense of connection they feel, they organize small charity drives, create support groups, or simply commit to being kinder in their daily interactions. A single word, possibly murmured in passing, becomes the starting point for gratitude, self-reflection, and generosity. This is a side of fandom that is often overlooked. The ability to transform admiration into empathy and admiration into positive behavior. In that light, the clip is no longer just a point of fascination. It is a catalyst. It nudges people towards softness in a world that frequently rewards hardness, and that may be one of its most meaningful legacies. So what about you? When you heard that tiny honey in the clip, if you heard it at all, how did you feel? Did it make you laugh? Did it make you emotional? Did it take you back to 2019 even just for a second? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, it is completely okay to have different interpretations, as long as we keep our space kind, respectful, and full of warmth, just like the moment we have been talking about. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the emotional side of Cient, and you want more stories that go beyond headlines and look into the hearts of fandoms, backhand index pointing right, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to StarWatch Now, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next episode. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Stay gentle, stay curious, and I'll see you again in the next video. Dizzy.